Let's talk about being ridiculous on Black Friday, shall we? you know, tis this season for spending and shopping and buying things and investing in things, especially for the practice. And I wasn't going to do anything this year for Black Friday for Staffless Practice, but I felt like it's such a ridiculous time, so why not have a ridiculous sale? And that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes with you tonight going over what we're offering with our ridiculous sale. I'm first going to just ask you, if you're watching me on YouTube, go ahead and hit the bell and follow us so that you get all kinds of alerts when I go live. And then if you're paying attention inside of our big Facebook community, just drop any questions that you might have. I'm going to be keeping my eye on the feed here. How is everybody? So, every day, I'm telling you it's every day. Every day, somebody from our community says to either me or somebody on my team, and if anybody on the team is watching, please chime in. I'm just realizing I don't have my headphones on. Should I start all over? You probably already heard me. This is how tired I am. I've been talking to people all day about the ridiculous sale. Every day we have somebody share with us what they get out of the systems that we offer. And what we hear are some of the things that we hear a lot. Why didn't I think of this on my own? I wish I had found this a long time ago. I can't believe how much time I'm saving in my office and outside of my office. I'm finally enjoying my practice. And the reason that that's true is because I figured out all of the mistakes for you. I've been in practice for a long time and I've made all the mistakes, I promise you. I've made every mistake. I make a mistake every day, at least one, maybe even 10. And when it comes to making mistakes in practice with admin, especially if you don't have staff, especially if you have staff and you want your staff to show up to the office only to do what they're great at. Mistakes can cost you a lot of time and a lot of money. I made a mistake today. I completely screwed something up. And I figured it out and I course corrected and I promised myself that I would remember the next time. You know what? I probably won't. I've actually coined myself an expert mistake maker and solution creator because I'll make the mistake and then my go-to is to create a system to protect myself from the mistake the next time it surfaces, because you know it's going to surface again. It's part of the human condition. Unless it was such a mistake that it changed my life and it gave me that aha moment. And what changes our lives is different for everybody. So here's what usually happens in a wellness practice. Whether you're a PT, a chiropractor, a nutritionist, an ND, what usually happens is you spend way too much time saying yes when you want to say no. You give stuff for free that you know that you shouldn't, whether legally you shouldn't, or to protect your time, energy, money, you shouldn't. And I know that shouldn't is like the word that shouldn't be said, but there it is again. And the other thing that happens is we overextend and we get into this upside downness with an energetic exchange. So what my goal is with Staffless Practice Academy is to give wellness practitioners solutions to not have to do that anymore. You know, I would say half of the battle is figuring out where you suck. Half of the battle is figuring out what your weak link is. And then the other half, which is where we move into winning, is figuring out what the solution to the weak link is. And as long as we can figure out a solution, so I'm going to give you an example because I'm totally guilty of this. And again, if you guys are watching me, say hi. And if you have any questions, just drop them, especially if you're watching me in a Facebook group. I love new things. I am super good at starting. I'm a good starter, right? I get bored really quick and I move really fast in the world. So if I have like a shiny object put in front of me, especially if it's a tech program that I know is going to save me time, it's going to be the program, I'm going to drop everything and get completely distracted by it. And it's like a dog with a bone. There I go, a dog with a bone, right? By the way, did you know that when a dog brings you their bone, it's because they want you to love on them? Totally cool, right? It's not because they want to love on you. It's because they want you to love on them. Kuna keeps bringing me bones. So when I go to shiny object world in Techland, because I love new apps and gadgets and all the things, it's such a distraction from what I need to be doing. And my team is affected by it. We're all affected by it. The irony is now I have a team of 10 freaking rock stars, and I'm guilty of shiny object syndrome. And they're like, Jody, you got to stay focused, because I'm constantly looking how to better serve you guys. So what I figured out, though, is with all of my nuances and all of my Jodyisms and all of the mistakes that I make, those mistakes don't show up in my office because I have nailed down my systems. What happens in my office is I leave with my last person of the day. All of my notes are taken. All of the money is collected. My office will be fresh, wiped down, ready to go by my next shift. I'm not doing any of those MWAs, minimum wage activities. None of them. I've set it up to protect my time, energy, and money so that my practice isn't affected by my mistakes. Right? Sometimes, I just snorted on Facebook. Sometimes it's affected, but it's not affected in the way that my people get their schedule, my people are charged, my people get their super bills, and my people get freaking great care. They get great care because I'm not distracted with something else. I'm focused on them because I'm not answering the phone and I'm not dealing with Sally sitting at my front desk. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just giving great care when I get to the office. And here's what happens. Like, people will hire us for one of our programs, and I'm going to get into what they are in a minute. They'll hire us and they won't do what we suggest that they do, and they end up suffering. And then maybe like 5 months into the program, which is a 6-month program, they're like, okay, I'm ready. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. And I'll say, just go into the program that you already have access to and start doing the work. We've made it so that that doesn't happen. We've made it so that when you start in Staffless Practice Academy, whether we have 2 programs, 2 points of entry. One is our 12-week program and one is our 6-month program. 12-week is here's how to make your front desk efficient. And there's a version where we do all of the work for you, or there's a version where we show you how to do it. And the 6-month is one-on-one coaching. The 12-week has unlimited coaching with your accountability coach. The 6-month has coaching with me and your accountability coach. So the 6-month also includes the 12-week program. It includes the practice efficiency tools and then some. Because sometimes people come into our world and they're like, I already have the communication tools. I'm just not using them. I just need someone to hold me accountable for using them. And then once I use them, I want to grow my practice. And I can certainly show people how to do that. So I want to share my screen with you and show you what our program actually looks like. First, I want to talk about the ridiculous sale. So yes, obviously, Black Friday is ridiculous, right? It's like, let's create a reason to spend money, shall we, right? And let's make it right around the day that we all gorge ourselves and are on a complete sugar high and feel like crap about ourselves, and let's spend money the next day. So I'm saving you the burden, and I'm giving you the Black Friday ridiculous sale a whole week before we stuff our faces with Thanksgiving. That's when we stuff our faces. That's where I was going with that. So we are not only giving you a financial reward for joining us, we're also giving you more time in our program. We're also giving you more of the program. We're also giving you more time with your coach in an onboarding experience. We're also giving you a toolkit, a tech kit, an AI program. And I think the biggest bonus right now is you're going to walk right into our group masterclass for creating a blueprint for your practice for 2024 growth. It's really good, you guys. So let me go ahead. Yes, I put gum in before I went live. I know, Mom, I shouldn't do that, but you know what? Too bad. Okay, so you guys are looking at what we call our Monday.com board that we get. We customize this for each one of our students. And then the idea is this is the program broken down. These are the courses of the program. We've got the practice space kit, the time kit, the texting kit, and I'm going to go through what each of these are. The practice space kit is, what do you do with the physical space in the office to make it ready to not have staff or to have staff show up only to do what they're great at doing? Here's why. If you are in a place where you don't have a team member, or if your team member gets sick and they're usually at the desk, or you don't want to have your team member come in during office hours, you really would rather have them there when the office is closed. How do you set up areas throughout your office for client help yourself areas? For clients to help themselves to things like payments and after school snacks and schedule changes and super bills and all of the things. That's the practice space kit. And honestly, that's what we start with, because if your physical space in your office isn't set and ready to rock and roll, everything else is going to fall apart. So we start with the physical space. Then we go over your time. How are you spending your time? Here's what we're looking at here, you guys. So you click access here. Here's the class. You watch the class. You go into the next class. And then here are more things. Some of the classes have downloads. All of our downloads have been professionally edited. They're beautiful. They're pen to paper inspiration. A lot of them are from the books. You get all of my books as one of our members of our community. We really treat you guys right. So that's the content of the program. So there's a time kit. The time kit includes things like what types of visits are you offering inside of your office? Are they still relevant? Have you been offering a report of findings for the past 20 years that just feels dry and stale to you now? Is post-pandemic times in your practice no longer calling for a report of findings? These are the very difficult questions that we're going to ask you when you go through our program. And here's the thing, it's not cookie cutter, okay? Because it's different for everybody's practice. Your practice is going to have different answers in the time kit than my practice does. Then we go into the texting kit, the phone kit, the email kit. How do you communicate with your practice members in a way that is efficient and authentic and compliant and one-click solution oriented? I want to get you directions to my office. I don't want to have to type them out every time I want to get them to you. And I certainly don't want to send them from my phone, right? I actually, even better, I want my VA in Virginia to be sending them compliantly to you by clicking one button with my words in them. So here's what we're offering right now. We're offering to do the heavy lifting of the texting program for you. We will create your texting program for you. Do you love that, you guys? Not only will we create it for you, we'll pay for your first couple of months with it. We're going to pay for your first couple of months with the texting program for all new students now until next Friday. If you're interested in what I'm saying, text me. And my number is right here, 224-6685, area code 908. Text me now and just say interested. And then I'll know to start a conversation with you and see if it's a fit. These offers are application based. You apply to become a student of the Academy, and only if I am positive we can help you. Only if I am positive that you will make your investment back will I sell you a seat to Staffless Practice Academy. That's fair, isn't it? If you text me, I'm also going to let you know about tomorrow's invite-only training. I'm inviting a handful of people. Okay, there are like 50 people registered already. To learn more about how all of this works. We're also gifting with this bonus because it is truly ridiculous. The tech kit, which are all of my favorite techie programs. I'm actually about to add something to the tech kit called Miro. Do you guys know the app Miro? This week we also added Fathom, which is another piece of tech that goes into a Zoom window and it records everything. Just really cool programs that are going to make your life as a practitioner that much easier, that much more streamlined. So I give you all of my favorite techie stuff. And then I also give you my toolkit, which is like all of the overwhelm tools, all of the things that keep you from feeling like you can take a deep breath at any given time. We've got solutions for. And I think that the toolkit is probably the favorite part for most of our students because they're real deal implementable solutions for practice overwhelm, especially if you don't have staff. So the irony is that I now work with practitioners who have teams of multiple practitioners, handfuls of admin, and we'll actually go as far as to create a mastermind within your team, within your practice, where I meet with your team every week. I make sure everybody is held accountable. Everybody has access to the academy, and we make sure that everybody on the team is moving forward together. And what happens with that, you guys, this is really interesting. What happens is the people who are not interested in growing at all will be like sore thumbs. They'll stick out like sore thumbs, and that's when the knee-to-knee, heart-to-heart conversation, we actually call it the pivot, has to happen. So if you don't have staff, this is going to push you in the direction of automating what needs to be automated, streamlining what needs to be streamlined, and taking out what doesn't need to be done anymore. If you do have staff, this is going to put your team members in their lane of genius. Do you love that? So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and text me 908-224-6685. I'm going to make sure that you're on the roster for tomorrow's live training. If you're watching this after tomorrow, so today is Thursday evening, November 16th. If you're watching this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, anytime next week during Thanksgiving, Kuna saying hi to you guys, then just still text me and say, Jody, I'm interested. Please tell me more. Cool? Okay. I don't see any questions coming in. I'm loving you guys from here. Go make the world better with great care. I hope that was helpful.